What's up, y'all? This is Raina Williams.
And I am JB the Jeweler.
And you are now tuned into
Somebody Come Look at This.
Bing bong. It's Raina Williams.
And it is JB the Jeweler.
And we're back. What is this, episode 7?
I think so.
Oh, my
I think this
goodness.
is episode 7.
Yo, we doing our thing.
Yeah.
I'm having fun doing this with you.
For sure. I'm loving it.
We already just was talking about doing a road trip.
Yeah.
Going down to my hometown of Baltimore.
Be more.
Cause I don't really be wanting to take everybody down to my city because it's like, you know, I don't want to have to like explain certain things that are embarrassing still, like in 2025, certain shit.
Like what? I want to know the things.
Why is so many boarded up houses? Like, y'all knew about that in The Wire. Do you know how long it's been since The Wire? Like, you would think that the abandos was done away with. But some of those neighborhoods, it's like, people used to ask me, yo, is Baltimore like The Wire? I said, yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7-year-olds with guns, 100%.
I'm not going to, that's the first, when you say Baltimore, that's the first thing I think of is The Wire. I think of Snoop.
Yeah.
I think of Chris. I think of The Wire for sure.
Yeah.
And
that's what everybody thinks for years. A lot of people would say that, especially when it was like more current. And every now and then, I'll say I'm from Baltimore, and they're like, "Oh, you ever watched The Wire?" Of course, I watched The Wire. Are you kidding me? That's like if you from New York and you don't watch Law and Order. What's wrong with you?
Or from where we're at right now, Jersey, you never seen The Sopranos.
Right? You
Can
gotta
you imagine
watch
being
The
from
Sopranos?
Jersey? Somebody says you seen The Sopranos, and they go, "What?" You can't. You can't.
So now that I live here, that I could say I'm halfway from here, you know, like if I blew up tomorrow and made music, they would name a daggone rest stop after me because that's what happens. You ain't even got to be from here, yo. Oh, you blow up and you live here, yo, you get a rest stop from period to end.
You do.
Celia Cruz got a daggone rest stop.
I feel like Bon Jovi does too.
He does. Going down the shore.
Bon Jovi got a rest stop.
Yeah.
I feel like actually
Whitney Houston got the rest stop. She got a couple rest stops. They done gave him that rest stop. I will always love.
Shout out to Whitney, man. Shout out to Whitney, man. Whitney.
I do not smoke crack. The rest of us, so
you know what? We all got our vices. Everybody got their vices.
Listen. But yeah, yo, like going down Baltimore, we gonna go eat some crabs. Well, if it's in season, because you know, I don't believe in like eating crabs when they're not in season. Actually, it's crab season right now, and it's a spot here, or not too far from here where we're at right now, that has crabs. So I think I'm gonna have to slide on over there on the day off.
Okay.
Or maybe if they're open when I get off, go over there, because I love me. You ever had like crabs? You ever ate crabs, like steamed crabs?
King crabs,
king crab legs.
Yeah,
but you never ate like
I never had an actual
Chesapeake
crab.
like a blue crab.
No,
bro,
they eat the shell too.
Nah, you only eat the shell if it's a soft shell crab.
Was like so only soft shell.
Yeah, the soft shell crab, because they drop that whole bitch in the fryer, and so the shell is really soft. But then you hit you bread it and it hits the fryer, then it gets like this crispiness to it, and you put it in. They put it on a sandwich. They said, soft shell crab sandwich. That's usually the thing. They go real hard in Baltimore though with the crab, especially when it's crab season. We love us some crab seafood. Period.
See, I love it. Crab is my favorite seafood.
Yeah,
so that'd be right up my alley, definitely.
Yeah, the crab cakes. I might have to just make you the crab cake.
Okay,
bro. Like, cause I think I owe like 2 or 3 people crab cakes now, so I gotta make it. The jumbo. Yeah, I got a backlog of crab cakes, but
crab cake backlog.
Cause in Maryland we don't make crab cakes like other people make crab cakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go out to a place and maybe you were like not in Maryland, and you get a crab cake, it'll come out and it'll be like brown on the outside, and it'll have like peppers in it, or it'll have something in it, and they won't use like the jumbo lump crab meat. They'll use like the back fin meat or like the claw meat, which is a different texture. But what you really want to do, the Maryland style crab cake is only jumbo lump crab meat. If you really trying to spend that money, which I always just spend the extra dollars to get the jumbo lump, right? And you get and it's crackers, and then there's like a sauce that you kind of mix it all together. But that's it. Don't be putting no onions and no peppers in my shit.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep it real simple, and then you can either fry it or broil it.
Yeah.
You know, we got the deep fryer here. We only pull it out like once a year because that shit dangerous.
Here at the house.
Yeah, because you know you need a lot of oil for the deep fryer, bro. Like you need a gallon of oil for that bitch. So
you got a big one?
We got like a decent size one.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you got a. So we actually had when I was when I was like 18, 19, me and my family bought like a little one. It was probably like I don't know, trying to think of a good comparison of like something that size. It's like the size of like a coffee table book.
Got
like
it.
Maybe a little bit smaller than that.
Yeah.
And that one we put on the counter. We made a couple like homemade French fries. We made anything you buy at the store that's deep fried. Like I love little popcorn shrimps.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to CPAC for their popcorn shrimp.
Get it.
They we used to throw that in there, and those come out way different than they do in the oven.
Different.
Little that crispiness. Yeah.
Dog. Flats or drums?
Flats. Somebody just asked me this 2 weeks ago. Flats or drums? Flats or I'm gonna be honest. I like both. I like an even mix of both.
Yeah.
I don't like because I like I have a different technique for both. Right.
Right.
Like the drum, I'm just gonna go right in.
Yeah.
I'm just going for it.
Yeah.
I'm like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm just taking it right off the bone.
Yeah, with the baby arms and shit. How you gonna tear it with your baby arms though, bro?
I'm lucky enough. Yeah, I'm lucky enough. I got some. They can make it to my mug, but and then at the flat though, the flat is a more delicate experience. What I like to do is I like to bite outside the smaller bone.
Yeah.
And then I like to take the smaller bone off.
Yeah.
Off of it, and then go to the meat that way.
Right.
Right. Maybe I'm describing something that everybody does. There's people at
Nah,
home
because
probably
my
are
wife,
like, yeah,
I
everybody
think
does this.
me and my wife on the flats.
Yeah.
Just put that whole thing in your mouth and just
suck it right off.
Get that meat right up off of there. And then I break it in half and get it. But that's not even a whole wing. That's 1/3 of the wing.
What's the
flat, right? Like, so on Super
right.
Bowl Sunday a few Super Bowls ago, I decided to make Snoop Dogg fried chicken. But I was like, I'm going to get the whole wings.
Okay.
So I don't know if you ever heard about Snoop Dogg's fried chicken recipe that he got from his grandmother.
Yeah.
So you brine the chicken, the raw chicken, in like a mixture of like salty water and a little bit with slices of orange.
Okay.
And like some cinnamon. It's like you spice it. And you brine that, I don't know for how long. You could do it for 24 hours if you want to. The longer, the better.
And this is just in a brine?
This is just in the brine. So this is before you even gonna cook it. You put because that's how you really get flavor in chicken. That's the secret to flavor in all poultry is brining it, either a dry brine. But we'll talk about that in a second. Or the like liquid brine. So you do that, salt water minimum. But they add different spices. But the Snoop Dogg one I remember had like orange and like cinnamon. That's his grandmother's recipe.
Okay.
So then after you do that, you take for the breading. This some real weed smoker shit. You crunch up potato chips inside with the flour and all the other seasonings you want to put in the dry.
Where this is going.
So then you got your wet with your buttermilk and that. So you dip it in the buttermilk after you take out the brine, buttermilk, or maybe you do dry, wet, dry, depending on how crispy you want it.
Yeah,
you can do the dry first.
Yeah, you can do that like with a chicken parm.
Right.
They tell you should put it in the egg wash.
Yeah.
Do the breadcrumbs. Put it in the egg wash again.
Yeah.
And do the breadcrumbs again.
Yeah, either way. Yeah. That's what we use that deep fryer for. Oh, that shit came on good in mama. I swear to God.
I bet it sounds amazing.
It was amazing. And the potato chip gives you the crunch. Because obviously you smash up the chips and mix it in there with the flour.
Yeah.
But the dry brine, 3 Thanksgivings ago, I made my first Thanksgiving turkey. And I swear to goodness, my wife's family say, you got to make the turkey every year now.
Ooh, there you go.
Like that.
There you go.
And I did the dry brine because you got this big-ass bird. If you're going to try to salt water brine it, you have to have space in your fridge to put that bitch in a bucket of water in the fridge.
Okay.
Right? So
you had to
rearrange
take
it.
Shelves out, maybe?
Yeah, but it's about to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of other shit in the fridge that you about to cook.
Yeah.
Right? So what I did, because I saw it online, that you could dry brine. So basically you just put salt all over it underneath the skin. You give it a little massage. And you take all the insides out. Don't bake your chicken. I mean, any chicken or poultry with the bag inside. You're supposed to take that shit out. Got the neck in there. Got the daggone gizzards in there and all of that. So then we look online to try to find like a banging like turkey recipe. So I took an ungodly amount of butter. I took
Of course,
some.
you have to.
Oh yeah, of course. Some, what was it? Butter, yogurt, and mayo.
Okay.
And then I put all of these fresh herbs in there. I put some liquid smoke in there. I put like salt, pepper, paprika. I throw all the spices at it inside the food processor. Actually, it was a blender because I was using a lot. And you blend it and you make like this paste. And then you just get your hands in there and then you put it all up under the skin of the turkey, on top of the skin, or you flip that bitch over like you trying to do something nasty to her. Yeah, man, you do everything. Put it inside of there. And we didn't even have a bag that year. Somebody was like, oh, you should have cooked it in the bag. No, I didn't even need to cook it in the bag. I tell you, that thing came out juicy. Like a turkey that you think always dry. Turkey is usually like the afterthought at Thanksgiving.
Turkey is usually very dry. Do you cook it in the oven?
Bro, yeah.
You cook
that bitch
oven.
right in the oven, like 2-3 hours, depending on the weight.
And it came out, that's honestly, that's a little, I mean, maybe this is my white ass talking, but it's a little rare for the turkey to come out not dry when it's in the oven.
Oh no, we moist around here.
There you go.
The moisticity. I'm telling you. And then you baste it a little, like, maybe 2 hours in, when it has a little bit, maybe got an hour left or 45 minutes, then you go in there and you start basting it. You take the little turkey baster and you get the juices up, because then all of the butter and all of those things, the mayo got oil in it, the yogurt turns liquefied, like everything just turns into like this unctuous like oil situation with all the herbs, and you just keep on. And I stuffed herbs, the whole herb sticks and stems and leaves inside the turkey. Like I just hooked it up. That turkey, I swear to goodness, like my mother-in-law wanted to smack the shit out of me because that turkey was so good. Like
you did. It sounds like you did your thing.
I did my thing. Like I don't think turkey should be the afterthought. People spend a lot of money just well, we gotta have the turkey. Then bitch, then slather it up with butter and sour cream.
Spend some
or
time
whatever.
with the turkey.
Yo, for real, and don't walk away. Don't walk away. Yeah. Let that shit thaw out. If that shit's frozen solid, it needs like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Before you even touch it. You gotta don't waste your money on a turkey unless it's gonna taste good. Otherwise, just get like a pre-made like turkey breast or something, just as long as we have it, because we want to honor like the pilgrims, and it is all of that dumb shit.
Nowadays, you could get a turkey from like Popeyes. You get a turkey from Popeyes or something like that. They'll make you a turkey. I feel like there's other places I'm forgetting. That's the main one I saw last year. We actually, speaking of turkey though, when I lived in Florida a couple years, I had deep fried turkey.
Oof.
I had deep fried turkey. Now that's an experience. Deep fried turkey is there's a risk to it, right?
Yes.
Because like it's delicious, but you also may blow your head right off your shoulders. So there's a risk. Which anything good comes with risk, right?
Yes. No risk, no reward.
No reward. So it's a life lesson, because I guess you got to make sure no crystals, no ice crystals are still on the turkey, because if you put it in the oil, it'll.
And you got to have that deep fryer. That bitch better be outside.
Oh yeah. You got to.
People messing around trying to do that inside.
Nah,
come on.
You can have it like 3 blocks from the house. you can't have it where you're at. But yeah, that turkey was magnificent. Deep fried turkey, highly recommend it. And I think a lot of people, when they think deep fried, they might think of like Popeye's chicken, KFC chicken. It's not like crispy on the outside. That's because it's battered. That chicken is crispy.
Right, exactly.
But this was just a moist, succulent turkey, and I couldn't go back.
The skin can get a little crispy depending on what you do to it.
A little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. It's really good. I highly recommend a deep fried turkey if people got the resources, because of course. You got to get the oil. You got to get like a big thing.
You need like 3 gallons of oil. That's like a BJ's trip oil type situation.
Yeah, you got to get a barrel. You got to get the barrels that like Walter White.
And then what you gonna do with that? Oh, I'm gonna keep it for what? If you gonna fry it, then you got to make up shit to fry.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, your ass got a whole nother butt cheek. You ever had the turducken?
The turd? No, I have not.
Man.
I have not. I've heard of it.
1 year.
The only thing I know turducken from is dog food. But I know I worked at a pet store, and they had turducken flavor Merrick pet food. It was basically like human food in a can. It just didn't have the salt and stuff. I swear to God, I worked with a guy that ate that for lunch a couple times. That's how I found that out.
Y'all should have just seen my face drop.
Shout out to my man Sean. My man Sean, he used to come in. He loved the birds. we had like lories, they're called.
Yeah.
They're like small parrots. They're great birds, but he loved these birds to the next level. He used to put them on his shoulder and walk around all day, and he'd let them shit down his back. And at the end of the day, his shirt just looked like a referee shirt with all the bird shit on the back, right? And I came in the back one day, and he had one of the cans of Merrick dog food open, and he had poured it into a plate, and he put it in a microwave, and he was eating it. And I was just like, Sean, what are you eating dog food, man? What are you doing? And he was like, it's people food. It just has no salt or pepper in it. And sure enough, that's what it is. And they had one turducken was what the flavor was. That's the first time I ever even heard of turducken. I didn't think it was a real thing for people until I saw like Gordon Ramsay making one on Food Network.
The turducken is serious, but I feel like when that first became popular, was it you seen John Madden's big Shrek looking ass?
John Madden from the NFL guy?
Yeah, his big old Shrek looking ass eating the turducken, just like wrong. Like I was just like, I don't want to see this man tearing up this bird inside a bird inside a bird.
Yeah,
type.
I feel like that's like you remember Epic Mealtime on YouTube? You ever watch Epic Mealtime back in the day? Yeah, they were a group of guys probably in the early 2010s that they used to do these just like insane food situations. They would make like they did fast food lasagna one time. I remember when this was in, I guess I could say the early days of YouTube, because YouTube started in like 2005, and this was like 2009, 2010, and this was before like everybody wanted to be influencers, and this was the beginning of like YouTube celebrities, like YouTube shows that really caught on. And yeah, Epic Mealtime, man, they used to make some crazy stuff, and I remember they were huge at the time. They made all types of different stuff, and they did something like that. They did some crazy turducken thing. So that's what it always reminds me of, is something off Epic Mealtime, some just gluttonous shit. Of just it's a chicken inside a turkey, right?
It's a duck breast. This is what it's supposed to be.
Oh, because there's duck in there too.
The duck breast stuffed inside of a chicken, and then that chicken is inserted into the turkey. But here's the problem: when you try to literally do this, you immediately see that the chicken should not have its legs, because trying to stuff the chicken inside of the turkey cavity, unless you got one of them gigantic fucking turkeys, the legs not really gonna go in there too well.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
So like years ago, I was at this dude's house for Thanksgiving, and he and his wife had bought a deep fryer just so they could do the turducken.
Okay.
And they tried to stuff. They succeeded at putting the duck breast inside of the chicken, but it looked like the turkey was giving birth to the chicken because you know what I'm saying, and it was coming out breech, like that bitch was coming out feet first. And then they tried to fry it,
which I'm guessing is not the visual you really want.
No,
you don't want to put that on the table.
No, and it didn't even cook all the way through. Like they kind of burned.
That's another thing I would think of. Yeah,
it's just and I feel like there's probably a different technique. You're maybe supposed to like cook the duck inside of the chicken first, and then put the chicken, in the I don't know, but that's too much. Like at that point, what are you giving thanks, or are you just showing off? Because like duck, like honestly, a duck is greasy. Right, so unless you taking the skin off and you having it, but it can also be like very, very, I don't want to say very dry, but the way that duck meat is, that it's like you can overcook it really fast.
Okay.
But so
kind of like shrimp.
It's kind of like pointless, honestly.
To me, it just sounds like you need to choose which animal you wanna consume.
Stop
that
making
day.
these animals make animal babies and then cook them while they do it.
Yeah, this sounds like a. Just telling Mother Nature.
It's too much.
Fungal.
It's too much.
But
I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving is around the corner. That's actually my favorite holiday.
You know it.
Fuck a Christmas. Like
Thanksgiving's your jam.
Thanksgiving is my jam.
Yeah.
Because you can. That's the time of the year where you allowed to house hop, and somebody gonna have a plate.
Yes.
And it's all you knew whose houses that you could go to and whose you couldn't.
Yeah, and there were certain houses you probably look forward to.
Yes.
Like the spread is going to be crazy.
Crazy.
There's not going to be any counter space.
Nah, no counter space.
And it's just like,
Especially if you know Italians and black people.
Yeah.
Oof. You hit the black and brown people house
show
first.
out.
Then you go to the Italian people house.
Yeah.
Oh, you be in there having the itis.
Yeah.
You having the itis. The itis.
Yeah, man, half my family is Italian, so I grew up going to Staten Island for Thanksgiving. And
What was on y'all's Thanksgiving spread that probably the average person, wouldn't have?
I mean, it was nothing crazy, but the first thing that pops into mind is baked ziti. I feel like not everybody's Thanksgiving has baked ziti.
Nah.
But baked ziti was a staple at an Italian Thanksgiving. There's always going to be some sort of chicken cutlet thing going on. Chicken cutlets may just be the appetizer,
Chicken cutlets are crazy.
Yeah,
I ain't never had a
as, like,
chicken
the
cutlet at
beginning.
Thanksgiving.
That's just to warm.
That's the appetizer?
That's just the appetizer,
Hey,
right?
yo.
You might have just a little chicken cutlet action. Probably a little. You're gonna have some prosciutto in there somehow laying out. The
Cause y'all
bread
don't
is
even have
crucial.
spiral ham. Y'all just got the fancy ass ham.
Oh man, I was really young too. This was a while back. We might have had his ham, but I just remember the ziti, a lot of pasta dishes.
Yeah.
And just like I said, chicken cutlets as an appetizer. Which is
Shout out
always
to the
delectable.
cutlet.
Yeah, they just bring them out on this beautiful platter. It gets used once a year.
Bring them out.
Right,
It's hard
it's
to
got
yell with the chicken in your
Some
mouth.
sort of engraving. There are ancestors on the outside of the tray looking at you, engraved into the silver of the oh man.
Darn.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
yeah, and then I will also say you go to a Thanksgiving down south.
Oof.
That's like going for Thanksgiving. I feel like down south is like L.A. if you want to be an actor. Like you got to go to a Thanksgiving down south, okay?
Oh, hey, yo, everybody listening internationally, you need to visit America one time in the November time so you can come experience Thanksgiving. And or try to do that down there. Because you know what? This crazy thing. I went to, years ago, me and my wife, we went to the UK. And it was her birthday. And her birthday is the beginning of November. All right. So, and when we were there, it was like maybe the 3rd or 4th of November. Right. And so there's holiday times. For us, Thanksgiving and then Christmas.
Yeah.
Out there, they don't have Thanksgiving. They just got Christmas. So I've seen these motherfuckers walking around London with Christmas sweaters on, like straight like that on November 3rd.
Yeah.
It was a Guy Fawkes Day. Guy Fawkes Day is like November 3rd or 4th. We coming into London, right? So Guy Fawkes is he overthrew and burned down Parliament.
That's the guy from V for Vendetta,
Exactly, that
right?
mask.
V for
Yes.
Vendetta.
Right? You
Tough
flying into London, all these fireworks. You just see fireworks like you're flying in on a plane at night and you see fireworks here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But that's what they do, Guy Fawkes Day. They pop off 11, 12 at night. Pop, 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 pop. And then the actual day, I think they do it for the week leading up. And then the actual day, they have like this, the whole country has like, I don't know how much silence.
For the day
some
they
time
blow
of
up
silence.
again.
The whole country observes this like 5 minutes or 2 minutes or something of silence. But like, they don't have Thanksgiving out there, bro. And I was just like, it was just weird in a way.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, y'all missing the best shit. But I guess y'all were the ones that came over and made us. We was trying to make dinner for y'all because y'all just showing up and we tried to share it, and then y'all started burning shit down and all kinds of extra shit that But sometimes, I just gotta take away the good parts of these corporatized like holidays that they cherry pick like. Okay, well, we're going to pick the part where that's the good part of it so we can make money selling groceries.
Yeah,
and for me, it's like, it means something more. I get to see family members I've never seen.
Yeah.
And like, who doesn't like a day that's specifically designed for your ass better show some gratitude today?
Yes.
If you don't show it any other time, this is the day when you show some gratitude.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to eat, Like, I'm thinking like, this year, depending on, I always go with my family, see, I'm probably going to go down my Aunt Margie's house in Baltimore because I don't think did we go last year? I don't remember. It's so like we go back and forth. Like my Aunt Margie, she always had everybody over. But my Thanksgiving stuff that I don't think most people have when I go to my Aunt Margie's house, this is just again how I'm kind of bougie, right?
Yeah,
'Cause we already done talked about this.
yeah.
I had an Aunt Edith and Martha's Vineyard and all types of shit.
I was about to say, well, I was thinking the Hamptons, but I was like,
Yeah, Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard. But
Yeah,
a little bit.
So I got an uncle. My uncle, I think we might talk about this before. My uncle Montel Williams. He's famed talk show host.
I like how you said I got an uncle, like people. Montel Williams.
Yeah,
it's Montel Williams.
Montel Williams. He's my uncle.
The Montel Williams.
Yes.
Shout out Montel.
Shout out to Montel.
And I'm not just saying it, before I even met you, Rena.
Yeah.
My mother had Montel on every day. And as a kid, his talk show was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Because he was just seemed very genuine and very heartfelt in what he was trying to do with his show. And so as a kid, I genuinely loved Montel Williams.
Yeah, no, he definitely was, they think this is one of the longest running talk shows besides Oprah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
He deserved
He's
it, man.
Pioneer, you know what I'm saying? And but he like, he get his bread, you know what I mean? But when he comes to Thanksgiving, your girl gets to have caviar, my guy. Like, the only time in my life that I ever had caviar is hanging out with that dude at Thanksgiving.
Uncle Montel.
Oh yeah, Montel like him some caviar. He's like that beluga shit. Like, it's like that little container is like $500. Like, you feel real. What do I eat it with? You eat it with blinis. This what is that? Little baby pancakes. But don't you dare call them little baby savory pancakes.
Call them
blinis.
And,
with the cream. But caviar is good. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, it's actually good. Like, if you ever get to just zoom in and somebody has it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, like, even if I had bread like that, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. But that was nice. So that's the one Thanksgiving thing. And that's like very, like, you eat that before dinner. That they bust that out while they still cooking or you are waiting. And I guess the other thing.
Oh, I want to say something real quick
before
you go on. Talking about that little container, which what you said is like, to me, it looked like you said it was like the size of a silver dollar.
Yeah.
Or something, $500.
Silver dollar, and it's about as deep as a bottle cap. Maybe a little deeper than the average.
$500.
$500.
My reference point for anything, how expensive it is it as expensive as a PlayStation? Mm-hmm. That's been my reference point since I was about 9 years old. And yeah, so I'm like,
yeah,
goddamn, that thing's $500.
You could buy you a whole PlayStation.
Whole PlayStation
with an extra controller and a game.
Right? I might even be able to get a PlayStation Pro. That's
Maybe.
how I reference. Like, that's expensive.
Yeah,
that's more than a PlayStation, or is it less than a PlayStation?
Yeah, I don't know. Depending on the market value.
Yeah, like you said, if I had money, I don't think I'd be buying.
No,
like that.
Even if I had
I don't know.
$100 million, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
because I like other things a lot more. Like, for me, it's about experiences. But the other thing that we used to have at Thanksgiving that was like, it was a tradition for my family, and they've actually continued it since my grandfather passed. Speaking of seafood, was codfish cakes.
Okay. Codfish.
And we had crab cakes, right? We had crab cakes.
Yeah.
But the codfish cakes didn't come out till Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Because that's a lot more work.
Is that like a crab cake? We were talking about crab cakes earlier.
Yeah, so it's very similar. As far as like my grandfather, he didn't really put a whole bunch of filler. I actually don't know what his recipe for codfish cakes were, but I knew they were banging. But the way that you have to treat a codfish, like, I don't know if you ever been to any of these markets that have like the salted fish. If you ever seen it or smelled it, like
we did. We there's. I feel like there's one that my family. There's like a New Year's Eve one. I forget which one it was. I'd have to ask my mother, but we did one around New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I remember I liked it. I liked it, but I like seafood. I'm a seafood guy.
Yeah, no, like the way that the salted fish smells beforehand, it's a little funky. But you're thinking about it, they take the slab of the codfish and they just put mad salt all over. So when you buy it, it's like this fillet, half a fillet, like the size of the fish.
Yeah.
But it's like super like stiff. So you have to take it home and you have to soak it and drain it and soak it and drain it and soak it and drain it to get the salt out of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and then it was a lot more work that goes into doing a codfish cake. My cousin, shout out to my cousin Renee. She don't like codfish cakes because she said the texture is like hair.
Oh,
And that's what she don't like. Yeah, it's a
I
little
feel like
bit.
that's how tofu is.
Yeah.
I had tofu for the first time.
Tofu like hair?
That shit was like hair. That shit was like stringy. I felt
Tofu?
like the texture of it. Yeah.
What kind
And
of
then
tofu
of course
you eating?
tofu. It was this I don't know I don't know tofu types. It was this block. Like I don't know, it's tofu. That's what it was. I don't know the types of there are different types of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like, yeah, man. And that's how like I had vegan meatballs. Shout out to the vegans, man, putting yourself through that because it could never be me. The vegan meatballs tasted like a hairball. I would imagine.
Oh.
That like a cat would puke up.
Oh my.
On the rug. You know, the vegan meatball texture was not it. And the tofu texture was kind of the same. It tasted great, but the texture was just off to me.
Yeah, sometimes that's all about that. It's like in my wife was saying in Asia when she went to China, this was years ago. She said they like a lot of gelatinous shit out there. Like,
well, they like to eat octopus and
while
I
still
like
alive.
squid. I like calamari, but yeah, they like to eat
I can't.
some wild shit.
I don't understand that.
You'll see it like crawling out of the bowl in the videos. And,
Look. I need you to cook my food,
yeah, please.
especially if it's like a being that like would otherwise want to get the fuck away from you.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
it's bad enough.
I don't want my
animals.
meal to plead for its life
No,
in front of me.
No.
I would rather avoid that sort
Yeah.
of thing. I don't want my meal to be able to look me in my eyes and be sentient.
In the words of Steve Buscemi from The Island, just because I like the steak doesn't mean I want to meet the cow.
Bingo.
You know?
And I love animals, but I
Love 'em.
also,
Feel
love
kind of bad
crab legs and
sometimes.
steaks.
Because cows are cute as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like, to me, most animals are cute as fuck. I read a book on octopuses, which is the proper plural pronunciation. That's like on the
Yes.
first page of the book. A lot of people think it's octopi, but
Yeah, I did.
the more you know, it is
The more
actually
you know.
octopuses, as weird as that sounds.
Pussies.
It does sound weird. And they're amazing creatures. And but I still would like to try some octopus at some time. But
It's
again,
banging.
yeah, I don't want it to be reaching for my hand as
No.
I'm,
No,
trying
we're not
to eat
doing
it.
that. Do you know where they have some good octopus? Back to Baltimore. There's this place I highly recommend anybody go. It's called the Rusty Scupper.
The Rusty
Scupper. And it's on the other side of the harbor, over there by like what do you call it, Federal Hill, and yeah, that spot, especially on Sundays, they have this brunch,
Okay.
Sunday brunch,
Mm-hmm.
and
Sunday brunch.
yeah, Sunday brunch, and it's like a buffet style.
I feel like there's a lot of older ladies going to show up with their HSN.
Oh, they be
their
cougaring.
new purchase.
Shit, they be cougaring around
Uh-huh.
in there. But, bro, they have this octopus salad that kind of looks like chicken salad.
Okay.
And one time, I took my wife there. Man, like it's so good, man. It's worth every penny. I forget how much it is per person, but it's like all you can eat. It's a buffet.
Okay.
And you get like a free mimosa or some crap like that.
Oh,
if
nice. They
mimosa
throwing a
is your
free
thing.
mimosa for you?
Yeah, oh yeah. But they had like this octopus salad. And I didn't really know what it was. But I was like, oh, I like chicken salad. That's what it looks like. Man, I ate that. I was like, it was so like tender.
Yeah.
And just the whatever they seasoned it with, it was good. I was like, oh, I fucks with this. And I realized that's what it was because the texture is different from chicken.
Okay.
Right? It's not definitely nothing like chicken. It's not even like a scallop. I'm trying to think of what the description would be. Maybe a slightly firmer scallop, like if a scallop didn't get rubbery when you overcooked it.
That's what I was thinking. Like it's not rubber.
No, you could mess it up,
Okay.
and octopus could come out rubbery. But it's something about, I think you're supposed to. Buttermilk apparently is this crazy. It does crazy things that are positive for seafood. Like, soaking.
Makes it more tender?
Yeah, and also
Okay.
like when I was talking about making catfish, like you're supposed to soak catfish in buttermilk because it takes that. Only way I can describe is that dirt flavor out. Like
Okay,
catfish can taste kind of dirty, right? They are like a bottom feeder. They got like this very distinct like flavor to it. And if you don't, I could tell if somebody soaked the catfish in buttermilk before they made it.
Okay.
Because it just tastes like wherever you fucking caught that.
You have a
bitch.
discerning palate.
I
sounds
do.
like.
I like to eat, yo. Like, inside I'm like 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking,
my 600-pound life lives
Yo.
inside of me.
Yo, it is funny you say that because I was thinking the same thing last night. Me and my girl went out to the diner, and we got this little diner, Park Ave diner in Plainfield that we go to. It's our little spot. It's where our second date was. And we went out there and we got the fish and chips, which was really good. She got this sandwich with like a grilled chicken, mozzarella, and then at the end we never get dessert. Like me and my family, we never got dessert at the restaurant. You know, we would get some Little Debbie's on the way home or something. Or we had the Pepperidge Farm cake. We never got dessert at the restaurant because they want to charge you like $10, $15 for a cupcake. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
But they had some cake that like came by us, right? And that cake.
Oh, they wheeled it out on a cart.
We both eyed it down at the same time. And then we looked at each other. And she was like, can we get the dessert this time? And I was like, I think we should. And, you know, the diner, we went up and we looked in the thing. And my ass, I love crumb cake. I love crumb cake. Like, if they got a crumb cake there, I got to try it.
Yeah.
Like, I have a what's the word? I'm kind of like a crumb cake connoisseur.
Oh, yeah?
And so they had a crumb cake. They had that. It was a 3-level like mousse cake, chocolate mousse cake. And goddamn, when we were at home, man, we were digging into that cake. And then I took some of the crumb cake, and I was thinking to myself, thank God that I am a skinny guy.
Right.
Okay? Because on the outside, I'm 155 pounds.
Right.
But on the inside, I'm one of them motherfuckers off my 600-pound life.
Get it.
Like, I watched that show, and I'm horrified. But then there's also a part of me that's like, I get it.
Food is delicious.
I get it. Thank God I don't have the stomach for it.
Right.
My stomach won't allow me to eat that much food.
Yeah.
Because my mind is there. I go into the snack cake aisle at ShopRite and I start breathing heavy. And I get excited.
You be hyperventilating this shit about Little Debbie's.
I put a hand on my hip. I start swaying. Ooh. Oh, they put cream inside the crimpets now. Oh my God.
I know you see that guy on Instagram with his It's Not Kenan Thompson, where he's always like, whoa, my Lord. And then he's like, let me make myself smaller.
Oh, man.
It's always
That
like
is
the
me.
big activity.
So I know exactly what you're saying, Rena, when that I have, there's a fat man that lives inside my body. Just shout out to my stomach, man, because I know a buffet loves to see me coming. Because my ass, I'll show up starving, and I get one plate down, and my shit is done.
Done.
I am done. I'm not.
Right.
I'm doing maybe 1.5 plates. I'm putting a few pieces of shrimp and a couple carrots.
Because you be really wanting to go back and get more. Like, oh,
yeah,
please.
I want to, but my body won't allow me. So, like I said, the buffets, they definitely get their money's worth when I'm a customer. I think I should have a gold card at the Golden Corral. Because I am a fantastic customer. I am not going to put them out of business. You could just let me eat free, Golden Corral. My skinny ass is not going to put a dent in your pocket, okay? No matter what. You could just say, fuck it, let them in. Let them in at any time. It's not going to affect your bottom line, I guarantee you. Let JB the Jeweler in for free. Golden Corral, please. Please.
Have I ever been to a Golden Corral?
There's only one around here. It's in the
my
Bronx.
Fat girl tendencies.
There's a Golden Corral in the Bronx, and they got an Instagram page.
I ain't going.
And they sing and they dance.
I'm not doing that.
And they look like great people.
I'm not doing
But the
that.
Bronx, the word, even the word, the Bronx, you know, it's just, you just envision, you know, it being rough. You know, even though the Bronx got some beautiful homes, from
It
what
does.
I heard.
It really does. I just remember my experience in the Bronx. It's just sketchy.
I think anytime.
No offense to people in the Bronx. Y'all live up there, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Rocking your
think
Timberlands,
they'd
getting your
agree.
chopped cheese, do what you do.
Yeah, I
right?
think they'd agree, though. I think anytime you go to the Bronx, you got to anticipate there's going to be some sketchiness.
Yeah, but I'm from Baltimore.
It's
Like,
part of the
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just weird because, you know, growing up where I did and then, you know, going to New York, like, you have this idea in your mind of, like, how New York is. Especially, like, you know, I guess it was like maybe, like, 2013, 2015, like, that around that time. Like, New York was, like, safer than it is now. Like,
Really?
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was in Florida at that time. I was in Tampa at that time. So
Yeah, so I'm coming from Baltimore. I'm like, damn, you know, this is cool. But then I had to do a show up in the Bronx, and I got off the train, and then I had to walk under this bridge. I was like, okay, this feels like North and Wiley right now. And if you're from Baltimore, then you know what I'm saying.
what's the area again?
In Baltimore, North and Wiley.
North of Wiley?
North and Wiley.
North and Wiley. Is
Yeah,
that a street?
like
It's
feels like
a-
Belvedere. Like that's a street.
Okay.
You know, it's a certain like it's like spots in Baltimore where you just like tell the tourists don't go past this street because
Yeah.
it'll literally change from like you being safe to like, oh no, bitch, you're gonna get robbed.
Yeah.
Like, and it's real crazy because I know Baltimore's not the only place like that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just kind of sad. You know what I mean? It's just like the haves and have-nots, and like you got, it's Baltimore is safe when you got white people jogging.
Yeah.
Like basically any
Yeah.
neighborhood, if you see white
if
people
you see
jogging,
white people jogging,
then you good.
white people with like nice haircuts.
Yeah, and they
You
got
know.
their AirPods in, like
Yeah.
they no care in the world,
Right.
like somebody not gonna run up on them.
They got some Lululemon
Yeah.
on. You gotta look at the brands too. You gotta look at what they're wearing, right?
Yeah.
If they got like some Lululemon or
Yeah.
some Fabletics on,
Yeah.
you're in a decent area.
Yeah.
But if they got like some Burlington, if they got some Puma shorts,
Right, they got some
So-
a champion tee.
right? And I'll tell you what, if the fashion is fashioning, like if they're doing a separate color shirt from the shorts,
Yeah.
their fashion game is right, you're in a nice area. But if the shirt is the same color as the shorts and they don't know what they're doing that kind of faux pas shit,
Yeah.
you might wanna just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Go through that area. You don't want to be in that area.
No.
I also know you're in the right. I found this out when I lived in Newark for a little bit, and now when I live in Plainfield, which Plainfield gets a bad rap, but there's a great area, Plainfield. You're in a nice area or a nice neighborhood if people are stopping and letting you cross the street when they don't have to.
Damn.
That's how you know you are in a nice area. Because in Newark, they ain't stopping for shit. They are blowing through that thing like a drag race, no matter what. Oh, you got the right of way? Right this way. Fuck you. I'm going across.
Yeah.
But like sometimes in like Sleepy Hollow, Plainfield, I'll be standing at the intersection just looking around, and there'll be a motherfucker that could go right through that stops. And for a second,
And
I'm
wave
like,
you?
Is this a trap? Like, are they gonna nail my ass? But no, they just let me cross, and I'm just like, thank you, neighbor. Appreciate it. So yeah, if you're in a spot where people are letting you cross and they could have kept going, you're in a pretty nice area. That's a nice neighborhood. They should have that on like Zillow as like a filter. Will people stop?
Or white people jogging is the
White
filter.
people, yeah. Yeah, I want that filter. I want that. I don't care for price, whatever, school. I don't give a shit. Do white people jog in Fabletics in this neighborhood?
It's like an OG though in Baltimore that like I don't know, he probably still alive, and if he is, he got to be like pushing 80, maybe 90. But it's just like this older like black gentleman, and he wears like 4 like braids in his hair, and I seen that man run, like, he runs all over Baltimore. Like, he literally is like, I know he's been in every marathon, like, half marathon in the city. He's just like, but he could run in any neighborhood because he's somebody, like, I feel like Baltimore's one of those places where it's like, you have to look like and move like you belong there and people won't fuck with you. But the minute you look like you bopping, and people always ask me, oh, why do you walk like how you walk? Because, I walk like, I might have to fuck you up. Like but I just
You
feel
got
like
a little B more
I got
bop.
a little B more bop
Little B
because
more
that's how
bop.
you have to be. Because I'm light skinned as a hell, right? And still there's certain neighborhoods in the B where I'm just like, people looking at me and they automatically think I'm coming to buy drugs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, if I'm going in the neighborhood and then see, unfortunately it's poverty and like you don't see too many white people, but like you there, like one of my homegirls, I used to go hang out with her. Shout out to Calico, excellent rapper. Now she's
Calico. I like that
that's her
name.
rap
I
name.
like
Yeah,
that name.
yeah. She's just like, she's one of the people that inspired me. AKA, I learned a lot from her. As far as like delivery on the mic and everything else like that, and like, she would rhyme real fast. Like people would often compare her to like if MC Light met Twista.
I was gonna say
and
Twista,
DMX.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she
Bone
was
Thugs.
the Bone Thugs. Like she was shooting people in her music and all
Yeah.
type of shit. But like fierce, But anyway, like I remember I used to go hang out with her, and she used to live in like, they don't have like high rise necessarily PJs in Baltimore, but like, or like maybe like I guess it would be considered Section 8 or something.
Okay.
But I would just go hang out with her. She'd be writing some rhymes. We would just sit around like smoke or whatever, like, because she would come to the studio sometimes, and I would drop her off, and I would just hang out, and we'd be chilling, and then people from the neighborhood would see me around there hanging with her, and then it got to the point where like I wouldn't even get a double take. Like even the cops, like the knockers, they used to call them knockers. Like the undercovers, they come knock on people's doors and try to see if anybody in there with a warrant. Don't open the door for the knockers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And they would come, and they would see me. Usually, if they would see somebody light as me, you get pulled over automatically. Because 9 times out of 10, this is the truth. Like, you see a car full of white kids driving in that area of Baltimore, they are 95% down there to be buying drugs.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
And they will drop $400 or $500.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Probably just got the scholarship money.
Yeah.
Probably got daddy's money. You know,
100%.
Yeah.
I used to go to school with kids whose parents was like surgeons and doctors and lawyers. And it was one period of time where I was dating this woman. And she was like, "Oh, you smoke so much weed. You should go to NA." And I was trying to get on her good side. I was like, "Okay, babe, I'll go to NA." And I'm like, "Well, I'm smoking weed. We go to NA." So I found an NA meeting at my middle school I used to go to.
Really?
And I was in there, and everybody in there, I was like, I go to school with all of these people's kids. Like all of these kids' parents was like coke heads, and I'm sitting there, my ass smoked weed, and this man who was like the speaker, if anybody ever been to an NA meeting, a lot of times I'll have a guest speaker, sometimes I'll have a person come in there talk about their recovery journey and all this other stuff. This man was in there talking about how he used to be a mole person in New York City.
What, like he lived in like the
he lived in the
sewers?
subway system.
Yeah.
And he just smoked so much crack and did drugs all the time. He became a mole person. And when his future wife, who was the cop that found him, arrested him and put him in the squad car, he said he slept for 2 weeks. I was like, I'm in here because I smoke weed.
Right,
like, this man is a mole person. I don't belong here.
There's a difference. One of these things is not like the other.
Bro.
And I think it's me.
Bro, but all I had to see was people that I went to school with, parents, and I was like, oh, explains a lot.
Yeah. You honestly, speaking of crack smokers, while we're on the topic of crack smokers,
Smokey.
You remember the My Pillow guy? Mike Trudell. You remember that asshole? Right? That jerk off. He had a great product. I had a My Pillow before he became like a Trump crony, before he became like a MAGA schmuck. The guy had a great product. Like, this is a perfect example of getting in your own way.
Yes.
The My Pillow was a great product. It honestly probably still is. I don't know where you could find one now, but my mother bought me one like right before all that stuff went down. And the My Pillow, fantastic pillow, right? Probably the best pillow I ever had, right? But that guy, he was a crackhead. He was a crackhead in I forget where it was. I'm gonna look it up for a second because his story.
He was hitting the pipe.
He was.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, he was.
That's a smell that you don't. That's a smell that you don't forget. Like, FYI, everybody. If you've ever smelled crack, and never been smoking it, you've been in some real crazy places. And if you, I'm trying to describe what it smells like. Like,
I'm sorry. Can I real quick say I've made a mistake?
Uh-oh.
The crack smoker.
Yeah.
His name is Mike Lindell.
Why do I know that name? Why do I know that name?
He's the CEO of My Pillow. Mike Trudell is an innocent Lakers reporter. Okay.
Not Trudell.
Mike Trudell.
Don't be throwing rocks at Trudell like that.
I'm a Lakers fan. That's why his name popped into my head. Mike Trudell, to my knowledge, is not a crack smoker, nor is he a MAGA enthusiast. He's probably a great man. And shout out to you, Mike Trudell. I apologize. It is Mike Lindell.
Lindell
is the My Pillow guy.
Hitting the pipe.
And I want to see if I could find, because his crack dealer, he smoked so much crack that his crack dealers banded together and had an intervention with him.
That's crazy.
And told him he should stop smoking crack.
Hey, yo.
Let me see. My Pillow crack.
Cause crack be changing your whole shit, yo. You get that crack face, you don't never get it. You don't ever get your old face back.
Oh yeah, you get like the jaw, right?
Yeah. Even if you stop smoking crack for the rest of your life, everybody could tell you used to.
Yep. I know you getting bored. You remember he came out the fucking helicopter in that Ja Rule video, dancing all sideways?
Oh man.
jacket half off, which was kind of a style back then. Here, Lindell became addicted to and a frequent user of cocaine in his 20s. The addiction became worse after he switched to crack cocaine in the 1990s.
I don't smoke crack.
Lindell was also incurring gambling debts. The buildup of his addictions between the 1980s and 1990s led to the foreclosure of his house and his wife filing for a divorce. I want to see if it has the... Hold on. Here it is. This might be it right here. Shout out to Reddit. Reddit is like...
Cocaine, hell of a drug.
What does it say? It says... Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, had a crack addiction so bad that his dealers gave him an intervention. And,
that's wild, yo. They ain't even trying to get your money no more, bro.
They're just... Right. Your crack deal... They came together... And they sat him down and said, "You should really stop smoking crack, man. That's how you know you smoked a lot of crack."
Yeah. Yeah, he looking like Chris Rock on New Jack City.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Pookie?
yo.
Pookie?
Pookie.
Right, that was his name, right? Pookie?
Damn.
Yeah, man. So
What y'all know about that?
I don't know how we got on the topic, but that just reminded me of Mike Lindell's story.
We was talking about Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
You know, unfortunately.
But I also feel like
people like, don't downplay. Baltimore's got a lot of cool shit. Like, a lot of art. Like, good art and then good restaurants. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, there's a lot of history there. Like, Billie Holiday, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Came through there. Yeah. And U.B. Blake, who's another jazz artist. There's a whole U.B. Blake Center.
Okay.
Baltimore's got cool. So don't get me wrong. I guess because I'm from there, I feel jaded.
Honestly,
you know
I think a lot of, like, when I'm listening to you talk about Baltimore, a lot of what you're saying, it just sounds like every city.
Big American
There are
metropolitan
bad
city.
parts, and then there are cool parts.
Yeah.
There's really no city that's in America, at least, that's like all the way bad. Major city, I should say, at least. That's like all the way bad.
Yeah.
Like you have Memphis. Memphis, there are beautiful parts of Memphis, and then there are parts where you'll get your head blown off for looking at somebody wrong.
That's crazy.
It's like that in New York. It's like that, like I said, in Newark. Like a lot of people think Newark is just this battleground. It's like the Wild Wild West out there. But it's
some
not.
nice parts of
Yeah,
Newark.
there are some nice parts of Newark out there, and there's some great people. You know, I was only out there for a few months, but I met some great folks, even in the area I was, which wasn't the best area.
Right.
Walking over crack vials and stuff like that. You know, I met some great folks out there. I think every city. You know, you really don't know someplace to until you go there and see both sides.
Right.
You know, like, but yeah, also living in Baltimore. You can hate on Baltimore. You can.
I'm from there.
Maybe not
I grew
hate
up
on-
there,
but
dog.
You could break Baltimore's balls a little bit. You
A
know?
little bit,
Yeah,
you know, a little
It's
bit.
almost like Carmelo Anthony when he talked about New York, right?
Yeah.
He was just like anybody from New York has days where they're like, I love this city and I love this city. Like it's like a family member almost, the city you grew up in. You know, it's like you love them, but then there are days where you're just like, I fucking hate this place.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this fucking place.
The cat's popping off right now. Walter, what's going on, man?
The cats are screaming back there.
She must have left. My wife came through. She was in here before.
Are they standing at the door waiting for
Yeah,
you?
he was just meowing at the door, you know. So I guess you know, when you leave the house, your cat thinks that you went out hunting.
Out hunting, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
wild.
like that. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think I like to think when they see me coming back with like bags full of, as I mentioned earlier, snack cakes. They think I hunted those down in the wild.
Yeah, they do.
And like I feel like when they see me come back with a bunch of stuff, I feel like they're proud of me.
Yeah.
I feel like they're damn, like look, he did his thing. But
Yeah,
then when
and
they
make
see
sure
me,
you take something out that bag for me, Daddy.
yeah, right. Oh, you know it. You know it. That's why they're looking all in the bags. And then also, if your cat if you have an outdoor cat or an indoor outdoor cat, if they bring you like a dead animal,
Yeah.
it's like a gift. They're like bringing it back to the pack.
Word.
Like to look out for you. I also think some animals in the wild will do that for you too. Like I heard crows. Crows are real smart.
Yeah.
Crows, if you bring them something or you look out for them, they will bring you gifts.
Yeah.
And they'll look out for you. And then also, on the other side of that, if you do a crow wrong,
Oh,
it ain't going to forget.
they're going to bring the whole murder on you. Gang, gang.
That's why they call them a murder. Because they will take...
Sirens and stuff.
That's somebody that did a crow wrong. All right, don't treat the crows
And they
with
remember
respect.
faces. Mm-hmm. Crows remember faces.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so don't be pissing a crow off, bro. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, just show, I think, show respect
Yeah.
to all animals in general.
Elephant. You heard about the elephant that remembered the poacher of its child?
No.
And so
But I think I'm gonna like this
there
story.
was a
Fuck poachers,
there
man.
was elephant who ran through the town looking for this, and it was a woman who was the poacher of her baby, of
Okay.
the elephant's baby. The elephant found the woman and like trampled her to death. And then when they had this woman's funeral, the elephant returned and trampled that bitch's body. Like,
He spun the block. He spun back round.
Mama pulled up twice. I'm gonna pull up to get you for killing my baby, and then I'm gonna kill you twice. You dead.
Good.
Like that, like shit like that is why I'm just like, we do all of this technology and all these other things, but these animals out here, they don't even need none of that, and I feel like they got it together more than us.
Oh, I'm envious of animals because animals, like, they live in the moment.
Yeah.
Animals, like we're talking about how they don't forget really, or elephants I should say. Like elephants don't forget, or I'm sure animals they remember things, but in general, animals, man, they're just living in the moment. They're just chilling, and right on cue, the boy Garbanzo comes on through.
He was trying to get on
You
the
heard
mic.
him? Yeah, he's trying to get up. He's about to hop up. So he got something to say. And yeah, they're just living in the moment, man. Like, they're just enjoying things. They're going on instinct. They basically, have I ate today?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? Am I safe?
Yeah.
Do I need to go to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Also, am I horny?
Right.
Anything beyond that, they're chilling. They're not worried about, their future.
No.
They're worried about today. So in that way, I'm kind of envious of animals.
They just
that
live
they
in
get
the
to live
present
that life.
moment, and that's all we can really all try to strive for.
Exactly.
You go mad crazy worrying about what could be or what was that you can't change or what maybe will be, and you have no idea, But that's life, right? Your life be lifing sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I remember I heard a quote: "We suffer more in imagination than we do in reality."
Word.
And I know that's true for me, and I feel like that's true for any human being in general. Is like, if you think back to all of the things you worried about happening, how many of them actually happened?
Right.
Now, of course, bad shit happens.
Right.
But we always seem to make it worse by ruminating over it.
100%.
And I feel like we could learn from animals. Animals don't really do that.
Mm-mm.
Like I said, am I safe in the moment? Yeah. Am I good in the moment? Yeah. Then I'm chilling. Then I'm just enjoying. They don't need TV. They don't need anything. They just sit there and chill out and enjoy the love, hopefully, that they're getting.
Yo, did you mention something to me that you wanted to just a shift?
Yeah.
Because we've been like freestyling this whole time. Yo, if y'all don't know, we don't really plan these conversations.
Yeah.
I
mean, sometimes I have like 5 things that bullet points.
Yeah.
But other than that,
but
it's
we just kind of
just a conversation.
Yeah,
really.
man. Appreciate y'all listening. But yo, what did you say about what's your favorite? What was it? Your favorite food mascot?
Oh, favorite food mascot.
Because we've been talking about food, so let's keep. I guess we can keep it.
This is a good
keep it
segue.
100. Yeah.
This is a good segue. I feel like we all grew up with food mascots.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, one of my favorite food mascots that doesn't get enough appreciation is the hamburger helper glove.
Yo, how many fingers does he have?
He got
4. I think 4.
I think it's 4. I think when you're a cartoon hand,
Right.
you can't have 5 fingers. I think that's
Nah.
Hold on, I'm gonna look his ass up. The hamburger helper
Hand
glove.
with the glove on it.
Hamburger
yeah.
helper glove. I want to see. Does he have like an Instagram? I could like hit him up maybe.
Makes
Have
a
him on
great
the show.
meal.
Hamburger helper glove.
What does he
Yeah,
look
it's
like?
4 fingers. It's a thumb and then 3 fingers. Here his smiling ass is. What is his name? What is the hamburger helper glove
No.
name? The hamburger helper glove mascot is named Lefty. He is a white 4-fingered glove with the face on the palm and a red nose, sometimes referred to as the helping hand.
Nice.
And yeah, man, shout out to the glove, man. I love hamburger helper. It's
Makes a great meal.
it makes a fantastic meal. It's one of my favorite things. And I remember too, when I was younger, probably actually like a late teens, I was making some hamburger helpers. One of the first things I really started making for myself, right?
Yeah.
And so I went, I got the ground beef, and then I got the hamburger helper, and I went home, and it had 2 separate packets. There was like a cheese sauce packet, and then there was
Yeah.
like a flavoring packet,
Yeah.
right? And this box of hamburger helper had 2 of the same packets somehow.
Oh.
And I'm like, I had already browned the beef, and I had already put the 1 packet in, and I'm over there. I'm looking forward to some hamburger helper. I might be dancing. I'm doing my thing. I'm cooking this up. And then I look at the other packet, and I go, this is the same exact thing.
Damn.
And I remembered some of the other ones that like my mother had made. I'm like, I don't think there's supposed to be a cheese packet in here, not just flavoring. And I looked and I said, Mom, is there something wrong? And she's like, yeah, looks like that's a defective box, son. Like and I was just like, shit. And I'm ready to just like, all right, chalk it up to shit happens.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm disappointed. Guess I'm eating PB&Js. Maybe I shouldn't cook for myself. This is a sign. My mother, though, being the smart woman she is, my mother says to me, she goes, Jess, no, write them a letter. I said, write them a letter? What do you mean, write them a letter?
You gonna write a letter to Lefty?
She said, write a letter, son. Write a letter to them. Explain to them that you love their product, and explain to them what happened, and they'll probably send you coupons. I didn't believe her. I was just like, they ain't gonna send me nothing. Sure enough, I wrote them a short little letter just say, hey, I love Hamburger Helper. I've been eating it since I was a kid, but I just got this box this day, and it had 2 packets, a little defective. A week or 2 later, I got a bunch of coupons.
Word.
From Hamburger. I got a whole letter from them apologizing.
Wow.
How they appreciated, me enjoying their product.
Wow.
And they sent me a bunch of coupons for free boxes of Hamburger Helper.
That's what's up.
They sent me like a whole little swag bag. They
Damn.
sent me like an autographed picture of the glove. Appreciate the love, little bro. The glove. Nah, that last part. That last part ain't happened, but I wish it did. But yeah, man, I think the glove, underrated, man. Pillsbury Doughboy gets all the love. Showing up at the, touch his belly. I don't want to touch you, bro.
I'm like, hey.
You butt naked by my rolls. Get away. Get away
And
from
they
my
poking him
rolls,
in the
little bro.
tummy?
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
yo.
I ain't trying to touch you.
Nah.
Pillsbury Doughboy's a little pervert.
Yeah.
He's a little pervert. Hamburger Helper Glove, though, he's got a smiling face at all times. He's
Yeah.
ready to help out.
Shout out.
Right? He got eyes in a palm.
Woo.
He's probably had a hard life. I want to see a Pixar movie about the Hamburger Helper Glove. How he's probably like was down in the gutter at one point. He was a fingerless glove. Right? He wasn't always the white glove. He was when he was a little kid, he was a mitten. Right? When he came out the womb, he was a mitten.
And during the pandemic, he was a rubber glove.
Yeah, right? He was probably helping out,
Oh my God.
Because I know those boxes of Hamburger Helper, they you see them in some food pantries.
Yeah, you do.
And stuff. They what's the word? Keep? They keep well.
Yeah, they got a good shelf life.
Yeah. So I like there's a question in a second too. Like I saw on Reddit, what food mascot do you think would do well in a battle royal? But I want to know first, Rena, what's your favorite food mascot? Or some of your favorites. What's your favorite food mascot?
Dang, yo. I mean, off the top, I like Chester Cheeto.
Chester Cheeto.
Chester Cheeto. Because, he's always seemed cool, But then when they started doing all of that flaming hot, dumb shit and all of this other, when you start deviating and then they try to change colors on them because they done changed the flavors. Nah.
Doesn't he wear sunglasses?
Yeah,
doesn't he?
OG Chester Cheeto with the sunglasses.
I feel like
I fucks with him.
Yeah, it's funny too because I'm trying not to get him mixed up with the Camel from Camel cigarettes.
Oh, nah. I mean, they kind of have, like, similar faces.
Yeah, they got a similar facial structure. Chester
Cheeto.
Yeah,
and
he
you
got
know what else I
sunglasses.
like that was not a food item, but that was like a mascot? Scrubbing Bubbles, bro.
Yeah,
The Scrubbing Bubbles. The squad. That's the squad. Yeah, what? That commercial come on. Like, I would love, like, my mom would bring home cleaning products, and I would like, Mom, buy the Scrubbing Bubbles. I'm not buying it. And one time she did, and I was like, oh, yes. I actually wanted to clean, because she bought the damn Scrubbing Bubbles
smart.
shit. And they actually do work a lot better than some shout out to Scrubbing Bubbles and Mr. Clean. I used to have a Mr. Clean t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shout out to Mr. Clean, but also fuck Mr. Clean. We talked about that one time on a previous podcast.
You had traumatized Mr. Clean.
We got history. We got a little history.
Damn, dog. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So, like, I appreciate what he's done in the game.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking on my end. It is what it is.
Traumatizing. I'm sorry.
It's a street beef, goes way back. just it's part of my story.
Hey, yo. Can't. But yeah, like I think about that. A food mascot.
You can't forget Captain Crunch.
Captain
Crunch.
The Captain
showed up with his ship full of flavor. Then you got the Trix Rabbit.
The Trix Rabbit, and you got them Keebler elves, yo, up to no good. Up to no good.
Up to no good.
All the fat girl diabetes statuses.
The Fudge Stripes. I was looking at some Fudge Stripes the other day in the gas station. I didn't pick them up, but
they changed the recipe, bro. Like I'm so serious. Like whatever the time when me and you was growing up, it tasted better. Like Chef Boyardee tasted better. Mm-hmm. The freaking Fudge Stripe actually tasted like fudge cookies. Now I don't know what kind of chocolate that is, but that's not chocolate. Like I've recently, and it's even because it's like a shortbread, like a more Lorna Doone needed to have a mascot, cause Shorty
Lorna
would probably
Doone.
be fine, bro, cause them cookies good as hell.
You know what's amazing is that it's like how important, now that we're talking about it, how important a good mascot is to your product.
It really is.
It kind of connects you to the audience, because I've had Lorna Doones before, but I never had them until I was like 30.
Right.
And then I had Lorna Doones. I'm like, damn, these are good. But yeah, you don't really know about them or hear about them. It's a great product, and yet they got no mascot.
I think they was trying to keep them for the grown-ups. I think that was
to me. They sound like, and they look like a rich people cookie.
Yeah. And
like not Entenmann's. No, does Entenmann's have a mascot? I don't think Entenmann's does have a mascot.
Yeah. Yo, Bonzo. Wow.
That's why he booked it out of the room.
He booked it. He knew he just laid a wow.
He laid a whopper down. And
he laid a why.
Ran out the room. But yeah, like I feel like the fancy stuff, they try and deviate from the mascot. They don't want like Entenmann's doesn't have a mascot.
Even though Entenmann's is fake fancy. Like Entenmann's is good. Like don't get me wrong. It's delicious.
Rena, Entenmann's was fancy to me and my family. Okay?
Aw.
It was fancy to us.
Well, take that back. Yeah, I feel like I'm thinking about now.
You're right though. It's not
back
actually
in the
fancy.
day, like when it first came out. Oh yeah. Oh, Entenmann's was a step up from Little Debbie's.
Yeah.
And Hostess. Forget your Hostess. Entenmann's. They would bring out the little. You need a cake knife.
Yeah, bring out the cake.
The pound cake and the little danishes, the raspberry shit.
You bring out some actual silverware.
Yeah,
That's
but now
I'm
just
fancy.
thinking about it now. Like now, it's not fancy because
No.
there's so many other things that have come after. And
Well, it's not fancy because all the other snack cakes moved into its neighborhood.
Right.
Entenmann's don't have its own shelf anymore.
No, it really doesn't. You had Little Debbie's gang.
You think Entenmann's is on the shelf, like looking at the other snack cakes, like rich white folk look at, like colored people that move into the neighborhood? Just like, I'm not
reverse gentrification of the
not
snack
racist.
aisle.
I'm not racist, but devil dogs.
None of that stuff tastes the same.
They're a little loud. Devil dogs are a little loud on Saturdays.
I mean, it could be that our taste buds just have matured. Because I know, like,
that's what I was thinking too as a kid.
Yeah.
What are you really eating? Bologna.
You have
PB&J.
more, actually. So I read this somewhere, and maybe we can ask ChatGPT if it's true, that when you're a baby
Yeah.
and you're little, you have more taste buds active than you do when you're older. But that makes sense if we rock with this. That keeps you alive.
Does it?
Yeah, it's got to keep you alive. Like if you're bitter, it's the bitter that's really strong. That's why some kids don't like vegetables because they're bitter. Taste buds are jacked up back then.
Okay.
And then it's like that's why the teenagers, the 12 and 15-year-olds, they like them Takis shit because they can now tolerate sour and bitter.
Okay.
And it's like a game to them.
Yeah.
Where at first, if they was a little baby, like you're not, because I remember one time I seen this little ass baby. just going crazy over this coconut water. Like, we used to carry this King coconut water. It would come in these little containers.
Okay.
And I would never, like, I don't know, I just would never try it. And one day, these people had like 10 of them shits in their cart. And I'm like, wow. And the baby was like, like asking for the coconut water. And then they gave it to her and they put the little straw in and she started like, oh my, like that was the most delicious
like
thing
it was
ever.
A juice box.
I'm just like, yo. And like, honestly, I was like, oh, I gotta try this because this little ass girl is going crazy over. So I did. And that's why I don't trust babies anymore. I do not trust babies. They grab your glasses, they pull your hair, and they fool you into thinking that shit tastes good when it really fucking doesn't. Blech.
Yeah. But come on, babies. You're right, though. It says, yes, children generally have more taste buds than adults. A child's tongue can have around 10,000 taste buds, while adults may have closer to 5,000.
Yeah.
So as an adult, you have half the taste buds that you had when you were a child.
Yeah.
This difference in taste bud count contributes to why children often experience flavors more intensely and may prefer sweeter foods. And then it says, here is why this happens. Constant turnover. Taste buds are constantly being replaced throughout life.
Wow.
But this process slows down as we age.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, it's all part of, that's all part of getting older. Congratulations.
Hey, that's why you see a lot of elder people, they
thing.
just eat the same shit every day.
They don't, they ain't taste it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's why they just eat bland-ass oatmeal.
Yeah. I feel like it's a survival instinct, though. If, like, you out in the wilderness or something, a lot of things that are bitter are poisonous.
Yeah.
So, like, you messing around trying to eat a berry you're not supposed to eat, you just gonna spit that shit out. It helps the human being to survive.
Yeah.
I think that's evolutionary,
I would think so, right? And
yeah, we don't have to worry about it now, but...
And that's basically it. It's that they shrink as we get older. Taste buds can shrink and become less sensitive, further reducing the perceived intensity of flavors. Changes in sensitivity.
Word.
Younger children tend to have a stronger preference for sweet and fatty foods. Haha, I'm 36. I still love them things. Which
what a toddler. You got a toddler
driven.
palate.
That's how I hold on to my youth. That's how I walk into a Whole Foods, man. I feel like I got the palate of a 10-year-old. And so you were completely correct. Is that that's crazy though. Literally, as an adult, you have half the taste buds that you have as a child. So that may be why a lot of why hey, this doesn't taste the same. And I want to actually say too, like, kind of switching gears. You saw my shirt when I walked in. I got the Natural Museum of History shirt on today.
Yeah.
With the little dinosaur. And I went there on Saturday with my girl, who is an avid listener.
The New York one, right? Museum of Natural History.
Yeah. Up on the Upper West Side.
Nice.
We went with her. First, shout out to my baby that listens all the time. I do love you. And I hope you're having a good night. She's at work right now. So I hope you're having a good shift. And we went to the Museum of Natural History, something we've been wanting to do for a long time. We went with her friend and then her friend's friend. And then we all became friends together. So we were one big happy troop. And one thing I realized is how different we remember things than how it actually happened. And it was kind of freaky because I remembered last time I went to the Museum of Natural History, as most people, is as a kid, like a middle school field trip, right?
Yeah.
And I remembered they got the Brachiosaurus or the Brontosaurus or whatever it is. As soon as you walk in, right? As soon as you walk in the doors, they got that skeleton right there. And the fucking thing is standing up.
Yeah.
Right? And as a kid, I swear to you, Rena, I remembered that thing as being like as tall as the ceiling. And I remembered it being in a rotunda. This is almost some Mandela effect shit.
Yeah.
I remembered it being in a rotunda and standing up. And I remember there was like no one else. You like got your tickets, and then the first place you walked into after you got your tickets was where the statue was, and then you went to the different exhibits from there. And my whole life, that's how I remembered my trip to the museum.
Yeah.
Was that I literally in my mind can still see it. The dome and the color of the dome. It was like almost like a tan, right?
Yeah.
And there was sunlight coming through the dome. And then the skeleton went like up almost to the top of the dome. And then we showed up at the museum, and I think anyone who's gone to the museum recently is going to say, yeah, this is exactly how it is. I went in there, and not only do you wait for your tickets right next to the skeleton, but, of course, I'm bigger now. It's nowhere near as big as I remember it.
Right.
And it's in a square room. It is nothing like how I remembered it.
Yeah.
And my whole life, this is how I remembered my trip to the
That's
museum.
crazy.
And that's what I was waiting to see. And I remember I walked in and I looked around and I was like, did they move it? And then I was just like, no, where are they going to move it to? Like they got nowhere else to move it to.
Yeah.
And that rotunda that I remember does not exist in that museum. And it was just a freaky thing that like I said, it's like a Mandela effect.
Yeah, I
type
think
thing.
they might have even changed. They might have changed stuff around a little bit.
I mean, I would imagine, yeah. So
I mean, the person to ask isn't here right now. My wife is like the expert on all things New York. Like, we could be watching anything that takes place in New York, and she knows exactly where they are.
where it's at.
The streets, what part of town, what's near there, you know, what train you take to get there.
Who lived there?
Yeah, Yeah, she might even know who lived there.
Oh, right there. That's Miss
Yeah.
Yolanda. That's
Yeah.
Miss Yolanda. She used to sell Italian ices out the 3rd floor.
And Law and Order is always good for, you know, all the New York stuff, but they change, you know, locations, and, you know, they could be filming down on Astor Place, but they say, oh, we on Bleecker Street type
Yeah.
things, you know. So and that's the one thing she's always calling it out. She's like, man, no, they over there at by Bleecker, you know, like that.
That's because, you know, most people are not gonna.
Yeah, no, most people don't
from
know. It's
outside
just
the area.
Yeah, we know what New York looks like.
They see a certain aesthetic, and they're like, oh, that's the city.
I remember one time I was out in the Midwest, and I was on a little mini tour, and we were I was at a rest stop. I don't know if it was like Iowa or some place like that.
God, you went to Iowa?
Yeah, so I did a show in Chicago, and then me and another artist played this show, and then we drove from Chicago to Des Moines.
Okay.
And I had a show in Des Moines, and then went from Des Moines to Nebraska,
Okay.
you know. And so anyway, I think we were at a rest stop in Iowa. And I had, you know, I used to get those. They don't even make these anymore, but the Naked juice. Remember that brand, Naked?
Yeah. No, I think.
Do they still make it?
They do, but I know.
I think it was Fresh
they were-
Samantha. Fresh Samantha used to be the juice, and I think Naked bought Fresh Samantha. Anyway, so it was a Naked juice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in there buying the Naked juice in Iowa at the rest stop, and I went and the guy was ringing me up, and I was like, damn, yo, this is $1.50 more in New York versus here.
Oh, of course.
And he's like, oh, you from New York? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, I've been there one time. It's nothing like Law and Order. I was about to die laughing in front of that man. But this is what I think people have to remember, especially anybody that's listening that's in the contiguous United States. And I say contiguous because, you know, Hawaii is just a whole different situation. Mm-hmm. Okay? Like, people are very isolated the smaller the town. Like, the likelihood of a person that lives in Iowa leaving their little square and seeing other people in the country is very small.
Yeah.
So their idea of what another person from the city would be like is television.
Yes.
So I think it's like you can't even really fault people for being so ignorant in a lot of ways, because like, what do you have to gauge things by? They have things, they gauge anybody that they see on TV. That's who, you know, so that's why I feel like it gets really murky, like, and I'm glad that we've had this shift in like who's playing certain types of roles. Like when I used to do background acting in New York City.
Okay.
And that was, you know, and I used to always get booked as a hipster or a perp.
Okay.
And I mean, granted, I was working.
A hipster or
a perp. Like I remember I was in this show with J-Lo and Ray Liotta. It was called Shades of Blue. It was actually a really good show.
Okay.
It was a great show. It was, I think it only had like 2 or 3 seasons, but I think they wrapped it up pretty well. You know, and the acting was good. Anyhow, I remember I was on that show a few times, and one time I'm in like the fake squad room, because like doing background acting, especially if you get to go on like the sets and like the big sound stage, that shit is mad cool, bro. Like just to see they build an entire police squad room or police station in this box in this gigantic fucking room.
Yeah.
In like a warehouse size room. And you can make anything you want in these warehouse size rooms, right? And I'm in there, and I was supposed to have my hands behind my back, and they put me all over the side. And another time I was in Law and Order, and I was a perp, and I got paid for an 8-hour day to sit in the courtroom that's a fake courtroom at Chelsea Pierce studio. I think I worked like 2 hours or 3 hours.
This is in New York.
This is in New York.
Okay.
They have a few, like I think the biggest sound stage on the East Coast is I think it's Silver Cup Studios. There's two of them. There's one in Queens. It's Silver Cup, and the other one I can't remember what it was. Anybody who
I wonder if because Netflix just opened a new studio in
they
Jersey.
did in Jersey.
I think they're building it, but I
They
wonder
doing
if that's
it.
going to be how big
It's going to be that size.
Yeah.
They have to be that size because you talking about light rigging, and if you want people to do stunts and all of these things, like it's so cool. And they have like a carpentry section. They actually you remember that show Gotham?
Yeah.
It was like the young Batman, origin story.
I do. Yeah, I never watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
I actually was on that show like 3 or 4 times.
Really?
And they actually wanted me to be a core extra, which means it was for season 5, and I would have worked I would have been working like 3 or 4 days a week.
Okay.
It's long days. Like, it's long days, 8 hours, 12-hour days, but you get fed, you know what I'm saying? But like the only reason that I didn't get to do it is because I had the day of my costume fitting, I was going to be out of town for a gig. And I was like, y'all not filming for a whole month. I can't come on a different day.
Yeah.
But it was just, it is what I've been on Luke Cage, bro. I got to see 2 free concerts for being on Luke Cage 2 different times. The first time, it was KRS-One. So you remember on Luke Cage, they had the nightclub, and they would always have like the musical guests in the nightclub. I don't know if you remember that show?
No, I know of the show, but
so
I never watched it.
The show was dope.
It's a superhero
show.
Right?
Only had 2 seasons, but had great acting.
Yeah.
It had the guy that won the with the Grammy for not the Grammy. He won the Oscar.
What was
you
it?
Look it up.
He was the main guy?
He was a villain, and Alfred Woodard was in this show, and our girl Rosario Dawson was in this show. But they had like this nightclub or whatever, and basically every episode you see like a musical guest.
Were you talking about, not to interrupt you?
No, you good. What's my man's name?
Were you talking about, I'm going to mispronounce the shit out of this.
He got African name.
Mahershala Ali.
Ali, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that show was dope, but I got to see KRS-One, and I got to see Faith Evans and Jada Kiss. Like, and of course, like they're being filmed, but they still were up there performing, doing the thing. I remember KRS, he was so cool with everybody, like backstage, like he was signing autographs with somebody. Even though they tell you, oh, don't bother the extras, he was coming to talk to us.
Talk to you guys.
You know what I'm saying? And people was like, chit chatting with him and everything like that.
That's always a good thing to hear. That's like, it sounds like a genuine dude.
Yeah, those days were crazy because it was like 200 or 300 extras like in this room that was on a soundstage. Like they build entire nightclubs and they build entire apartments, like down to the detail. Like, and they have like a whole situation where that's where the carpenters are, and they always doing something in there. Like I always recommend
like building sets.
Yeah, building sets or like changing something. If I remember one time when on Gotham, there's actually a shot of me on this. Like the camera pans and you see me like on the screen.
Okay.
In this one episode, I'm like got my head cocked to the side, and it was like this. They had like this underground fight club. I think it might have been season 2 or something. They introduced this new character, but they were real tight about like, do not go on your Instagram and post anything about these shows. Like people have gotten fired because they.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, they get a picture with so and so, and then they post on their Instagram like an asshole.
Yeah.
Now you can never work with Central Casting again. Like, But that shit was so cool. Like I was on Louis. Like I was on a bunch of shows. Like, and I was eating off of that. That was keeping me afloat in New York. On top of like I used to do Postmates. I used to do Postmates on foot.
Okay. What's Postmates?
Postmates is like...
I'm sure some people are like, well, how do you not know what Postmates
Well,
is? I don't
Postmates
know.
isn't really a thing anymore now. Uber Eats is kind of taking
Okay.
over, and like, you know, DoorDash, whatever.
Yeah, like I heard of it, but I never.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what it was. But you could do it on foot.
Okay.
You didn't have to
Well, you
necessarily
in New
have
York, right?
Yeah.
Because there are still people now that'll do like sometimes when I watch like videos on YouTube to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You could like people still do videos where they do the Uber Eats thing or the
Mm-hmm.
Grubhub thing on foot in like Manhattan.
Yeah, I mean,
A little bit
you
of a pain
can
in
do
the
it.
ass, but,
you know, you walk fast, man. I lost like 20 pounds doing that shit.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah, I bet.
Oh, but the worst thing when you were like, oh, it's a four floor walk up. I got to walk all the way up to the fourth floor. Or like the thing I would never understand, like, why the hell are you ordering an on foot person to deliver you a milkshake on a 95-degree day? Like, I would go to Shake Shack, and I'm like, by the time I even had like an insulated bag, but that could only do so much.
So much, yeah.
And I'm walking and I'm giving them, I'm like, well, the milkshake is kind of not, no, it's okay. Like, they would take it out, and sometimes, like, this is how you knew where you were. So they had like, now granted, this makes sense if you think about it. They have separate entrances for deliveries.
Okay.
Especially like food deliveries. But even apartment buildings where these people pay ungodly amounts of money in rent, like, you can't go up the regular elevator. You know, I always talk about this, the poor people elevator. You know what I'm saying? You got to go into
They
different
give you
entrances.
that old joint looks like it came off the Titanic.
Yeah.
Off the third class Titanic elevator.
It was,
That's what
but
you
it was
ride.
some of these apartment buildings I would go in, bro. Like, what do these people do for a living? Like in the 70s, 72nd Street, Lexington. Like up there, I remember this one building I went in, and we talking about like 2015, bro, like 2016.
Uh-huh.
And the elevator had like TV, like a flat screen, little screen in it showing your Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Oh, okay.
And all the buttons were like just crazy. It just looked way more advanced. And I'm like, I know the rent in this building is average probably about $5,500 to $6,000 a month in 2015,
Yeah.
bro. So I'm like, what do these people do for a living? Like, I must know.
They crochet blankets.
And of course, there was many times where I would go to these buildings, and whoever's ordering, you know, on their Postmates, and it wasn't just food that I delivered. Sometimes I would deliver, like some lady wanted me to go get her vape, like the cigarette vapes or whatever, e-cigs. Another time I went to Hex because this lady wanted 5 pairs of underwear, and I delivered them to her hotel room. I guess she.
So you could get like a whole bunch of different stuff.
You could get a bunch of different shit.
Okay.
But there was a few times that I would deliver the Postmates and go up to the you know, nice ass apartment building and open the door, and it was some like dude or chick that was like in their 30s, and they just take a big ass bong rip. It just smells like all kinds of weed, and I'm like, you definitely don't have a job. Like, and if you do, this is not your apartment. Like, you're living in mommy and daddy's apartment. Like, just the places that I would go to in these apartment buildings that I would go into was bananas.
It's probably like stepping into another world.
It is, and then it was certain parts of town, like they would have like the hot spots, you know, because the guys on the bikes, they would make most money. Like that's why now it's a little out of control. Like it's a little much. Like you could get run over by some, because there's no regulations on these like e-bikes and these like scooters. So these guys like, and everybody's doing that. Like that's really like the hustle in the city is, if you don't have a retail job, you could actually make more money doing Grubhub deliveries than...
Yeah, I mean, you see the guys all over the city.
You could make $800,000 a day.
Yeah.
Depending on where you at. If you want that bike...
Yeah, especially they got one of them little electric bikes or something like that.
Yeah. Yo, you make it bank. I mean, I thought about doing a scooter. I was like, nah, I'm going to just do my on foot shit. Because, you know, and I would hang out. I would go into certain areas, and you see, it's ping, you know, and I would go pick up this. I used to do a lot of... the juice spot, you know, the cold pressed juice place. The people pick up a lot of that. That was how much. That's how I found out how much one of those crack pies cost. You ever been to Milk Bar?
What is it? A crack pie?
A crack pie. Back on food, because this is the thing. I think I had to name this one some type of food name. And shout out to me naming the episodes and shit, coming up with clever shit. The crack pie. So this place.
Crack pie.
It's called the Milk Bar. The guy who founded the Momofuku restaurant. It's an Asian dude. You can look this shit up too.
Momofuku. Momofuku.
Fuku. Momo Fuku. Or you can just start typing it in. And the guy is an Asian dude. I can't remember his name.
A noodle spot.
Yeah, it's a noodle spot. What's the dude's name?
You got it. Momofuku.
What's the guy's name?
Momofuku is well, let me see.
The founder.
Founded by Chef Dave Chang.
Dave Chang. I knew it was Chang, but I didn't want to sound racist and shit.
You don't want to sound.
But his name is really Chang.
Yeah, it really is Chang. Guys,
it's Chang. So David Chang. So the story goes like this. There's Christina Tosi used to work at the Momofuku, and she used to do their desserts. She was this baker. You know, it was a really like great baker. He hired her. He believed in her, whatever. And then she used to make like family meal. So like in restaurant business, there's usually it's before the day starts, they all eat. Somebody, the chef will make food, or somebody will make food, and everybody eats. Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of like this bonding thing in restaurant industry, business. And so Christina...
And this is before the joint opens?
But this is, before the restaurant opens, usually they'll have a family meal. Because by the time you get out of there at night and you doing all your side work, you know, which is like folding napkins and getting all that stuff together for the next day, you know, then you just trying to be out of there after a long day. You clean up, whatever like that. Yeah. So you do the food beforehand. So anyway, so Christina used to do, every now and then, she would bring in what she called a crack pie. And she actually started making it at her house. Like and she made it and brought it in. And they call it that because the dudes were like, yo, this is so good. It's got crack
in it.
Yeah.
It's got crack rocks in it.
Basically. So I have actually made this pie a few times. The last time I made it, I don't know what happened. I think I might have, it was the first time I was using a stand mixer, which is a different vibe than using the grandma hand mixer. So anyway, but this crack pie, when I went to, rewind. So Christina was like killing it with this baking shit at Momofuku, and the guy was like, and Chang was like, sis, like, I'm gonna give you your own like dessert spot. And she was like, oh no, I just like, he was like, no, I got you. So upstairs, there's one right over there by Columbus Circle in the city. There's it's called Milk Bar.
It's still there?
It's still there. And there's multiple milk bars.
I want to look up.
Next time you go to the city, bro, you got to go to the Milk Bar.
Milk Bar.
Oof. Because they got the cereal milk soft serve. So basically, like she takes
ice cream?
Yeah, so they take like the cornflakes and just soak it in the milk and then skim the cornflakes out. So you got cornflake flavored soft serve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they do all kinds of fat girl crackish shit.
And it's like a bakery place, huh?
It's a sweet spot.
They got one in Edison?
They got them all over. You can
wait, no, never mind.
You can even buy Milk Bar brand cookies now at the supermarket.
Yeah, it looks like it says founded by Christina Tosi, has locations in several major cities like New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, Bellevue, Washington, and Chicago.
Yo, off of humble, like she wasn't even trying to, she was like, oh no. He was like, no, you need to do this because you're talented. And so I remember one time going there to pick up a crack pie, and then the whole crack pie was $45.
Wow.
A slice of the crack pie is like $8. But I'm telling you,
what's in it? Did you mention? Maybe I missed it.
know it. So this is the recipe. First, you got to make oatmeal cookies.
Okay.
So and then you make these oatmeal cookies, and you smash up the oatmeal cookies, and that's your pie crust. The pie crust is oatmeal cookies and butter, right? You make pie crust. You put that in the pan.
This already sounds like flames.
It's insane. The filling is like 6 dozen. No, that's a lot of dozen. It's like 6 or 8 egg yolks. Because when I made this before, I made 2, so I may be doubling. But it's like an ungodly amount of sugar. It's like brown sugar and white sugar, and you're talking about egg yolks. So you're basically making
I like my sugar integrated.
You making the like custard situation and heavy cream. And then you put that mixture inside of the pie crust and bake it. And it gets like this. It's like a ooey gooey pie. You ever had the ooey gooey?
No.
They sell like the ooey gooey squares sometimes at 7-Eleven.
Okay.
But it's just butter, sugar, and egg yolk.
Okay, I gotta step up.
It's crazy. And vanilla.
I gotta step up my game.
Put the vanilla. My wife made some vanilla extract. She started. That's a year-long process. Really? But we still have some of that vanilla extract but she bought the vanilla beans.
Oh, wow.
And you soak them in grain alcohol.
Okay.
And I do it for a year. And so I use some of that. So basically, that's all the crack pie is. Sugar, heavy cream, eggs,
Yeah.
butter, and oatmeal cookie crust.
Yeah, that's what it says right here. I actually, they got it up right here. Crack pies made of oatmeal cookie crust, an ooey gooey irresistible filling. The crust is crushed up oatmeal cookies mixed with butter and brown sugar. The filling is mostly butter, egg yolk, sugar, and cream, which is why it's so damn good. The whole thing is baked, chilled, and topped with confectioner's sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crack.
that sounds crazy.
And I actually made...
Looks crazy, too.
So a couple years ago, at the job, they had a little contest to use pumpkin. It was like a pumpkin bread mix.
Okay.
And you had to make this dessert using the pumpkin bread mix. But you can't just make the pumpkin bread and be like, oh,
Here's my thing.
you know what I'm saying? Right.
Here's my
so
thing.
I made the crack pie. And I put the ooey gooey part was infused with chai tea, and I used the pumpkin bread mix
Fancy.
for the crust. So it took a couple of tries.
Okay.
But I took them pies to work,
Uh-huh.
and they did not last.
There you go.
And I think I came in second place for the
Okay.
contest.
All right.
You know, and I got to make my schedule for the day. So I took my it's an hour break.
Little Arena Crocker.
You know, I mean, listen, I we were talking about this before. Like my wife, she throws down. You know what I'm saying? And she bakes well, she cooks well. Like my thing is breakfast. That's my bag.
Okay.
My breakfast.
Yeah, you were saying on I think the last episode.
Yeah, and chicken.
Yeah, your breakfast game is crazy.
Yeah, crazy. You know, but just I love that we've been talking about food most of the time.
This has been a food episode.
It is, and I like that because
Yeah,
I think
this has been
that's
a
something that
food-themed
everybody
episode.
can relate to. Everybody got to eat.
Everybody got something they love. Everybody got food. Food is one of the pleasures in life.
It is. That's why you got taste buds. Even
Yeah.
though you lose them, says you got to use them before you lose them.
Yeah, use it before you lose it. Definitely.
Shit.
Definitely. So, I think we should end it right there in a crack pie.
The crack pie. We
Go.
talking about crack pipes and crack pie this whole episode, didn't we?
It all cycled back. There's a theme here.
That good white and that not so good white.
If you or a family member is struggling, tell them to put down the crack pipe and pick up a crack pie.
Hallelujah.
Shout out to Milk Bar.
Yes.
Shout out to all this podcast also. We are too small currently to be endorsed nor sponsored. So every recommendation on this podcast is strictly something we like.
Yeah. Nobody's paying us to say we like it. We
Not
just
at
genuinely
all.
like it.
So
Yummy.
Shout out to Hamburger Helper.
Huh.
Shout out to Milk Bar,
Oh, yeah.
Crack Pies, Captain Crunch,
Rusty Scupper.
Rusty Scupper.
Let's go.
And the Museum of Natural History.
Let's do it.
Great day at the museum. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm hungry as shit.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I
uh,
done worked up a dang on appetite talking about all this food.
I
and
got
gotta
half a
eat
crumb
something.
cake waiting for me at home, and that ain't gonna last long.
That sounds like something to look forward to, though,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that crumb cake
I
from
love
the Park
that.
Ave Diner, they did their thing.
I love
I
that
always
for
like
you.
a crumb cake where it's like 3/4 crumb and 1/4 cake.
Yes, please.
That's what gets me in the door.
Yeah.
That's what puts my ass in the booth. Okay, don't give me more cake than crumb.
Please don't. And shout out to everybody who's been listening.
Yes.
And make sure you share this with your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Please
You
do.
Put this on, you know what I'm saying? A nice little background, make you laugh, make you think. And my name is Raina Williams.
And I am JB the Jeweler.
And we'll catch you on the next episode of Somebody Come Look at This.